I'd like to talk today about the Laserdisc. I'm surprised to see so many quizzical looks in the audience. Remember the Laserdisc, of course. It's that giant ancestor to the CD, the circular disc about the size of a small pizza that's most famous for changing education forever. That's right. Education historians divide education history into pre-laser and post-laser. This actual headline from the Florida Sun Sentinel is as true today as it was when it was written back in 1991. Yes, we've seen the life-changing impact of the Laserdisc on classrooms throughout the world. Okay, so maybe the Laserdisc didn't have quite the impact I described. But then again, movies didn't have quite the impact that Thomas Edison described when he famously said that they would revolutionize education within the next 10 years. These are two of dozens of new innovations that were supposed to change education, from radio to TV, computers, the internet, smartphones, smart boards, YouTube, tablets, and many more. And the ironic thing about all of these education-saving technologies is that research has found no significant difference in raising student achievement among any of these new technologies. So maybe we're tapping into our inner cave people here, but I think we have an unfounded obsession with our educational tools. And it's not slowing down any either. The last 5 years have seen an explosion in investments in education technology. We've now spent $20 billion on 3D printers in classrooms, on iPads in schools, interactive textbooks, drones, personalized adaptive robo-tutors, mind-reading computer algorithms, all purporting to be the next big change in education. And so the question becomes, with all these great tools, how have we not moved the needle on education? And I think it's because we're missing what education is really about. See, learning at its core is a fundamentally social endeavor. Our earliest forms of learning, think babies acquiring language, is essentially just mimicry, at least to start. Human beings are hardwired to empathize with and replicate the actions of those around them. And social impacts can have a surprising influence on student learning. For instance, we know that students learn more from teachers they like, in classrooms where they feel safe, and where they believe that the people around them think that they can learn. And these social impacts don't just influence students, they influence everyone involved in the system: parents, teachers, administrators. See, education is a complex ecosystem, not a series of individual parts. And how we relate to one another within the system has a big impact on how well students learn. So one example of this comes from a school that I used to work in. When I lived in Washington, D.C., I did after-school tutoring with one of the lowest performing schools in the district. Now, this was in no small part due to the discipline issues at the school. The year that I worked there were 246 elementary school suspensions. And so how did the school respond? Well, they didn't invest in a tool to track and analyze student behavior or implement a no excuses discipline policy. Instead, teachers spent the summer going out into the homes of their students, not with any agenda, just to meet the families and talk. And the next year, suspensions went from 246 to 12. Scores in reading doubled, and in math, they tripled. Revolutionizing our education system is not an engineering problem. We can't just hope to do a system upgrade where we've got bigger, faster, more efficient teachers working longer hours with bigger, faster, more efficient tools by their side. Education is a human system, which is only effective when built on positive, trusting relationships. And I believe there's a place for technology within that system. Otherwise, I wouldn't have founded an ed tech company. But the future of our education system will not be defined by our tools. it will be defined by our relationships. So let's change the conversation in education. Instead of asking what tools will save our system, let's ask what tools will serve it. Instead of asking how fast is the internet connection at our schools, let's ask how strong is the connection between our schools and the communities they serve. And instead of asking what is in our classrooms, let's ask who is in our classrooms. Who are our teachers? Who are our students? And that will be truly revolutionary. Positive relationships, built on trust and supported by technology, will revolutionize our education system. Because as I look out today, I'm sure almost everyone can think of a teacher, a coach, or a mentor who made you who you are today. But no one, and I mean no one, has ever said, man, that Laserdisc changed my life. Thank you.